Welcome to Life of Hair. My name's James Atkinson, and in this episode we're going to look at something that has been highly requested because one of my previous videos, highlights without foil. And in that particular video I used a high lift tint and a normal tint, and a lot of you said that this couldn't be done with bleach. So it's something that I do a lot in the salon on a day-to-day basis, especially on lighter bases, or I'm only looking for 2 to 3 levels of lift to create like a soft natural feel. So in this video we're going to go through. Now I haven't used cling film, I haven't used cotton wool, I've used nothing to separate the product from the hair. I've just been really cautious about the consistency of product that I've been using. So everything is mixed on a 1 to 1.5 ratio, and this is the secret to being able to use bleaches on the hair without separation from the other hair. So let's just get straight into the video. You'll see as I go what I do. I don't change a thing from the previous video where I used the board. I use the same technique.
So the hair was separated into 4 quadrants, or a hot cross bun style sectioning pattern. And we're going to use a regular weave, but with a slightly deeper than normal weave section, and this means that we've got a little bit more hair in the weave than you would do normally than if you were going to use a traditional foiling technique. And this is really important so that we don't press the product all the way through our section. That protects the hair underneath from having the colour pressed onto it. Work right up to the roots, guys, and the change of saturation is really important. So we've got a little bit of product closer towards the roots, and then we've got a lot more product as we come down the hair towards the ends. This is really important for this technique so that you don't get too much product close to the root. Keep the tip of the board clean. That is also really important in this technique, because you are leaning the board on the head. So you don't want any blobs or splodges being pressed onto the hair due to the fact that you didn't keep the board clean. Remembering that the weave is quite deep, digging into the hair as we take the sections, just so that we've got that little bit of buffer for the hair behind the weave to protect the hair from underneath. In the crown area here, we're left with a small triangle. Just weave straight off the top and then lay it down horizontally. Onto the side sections, simply working with horizontal sections, the same weave all the way through. Keeping the tip of the board clean, making sure there's no product on the underneath, working right up to the roots, spreading that product out initially, and then going in and reapplying more product as necessary. The regrowth on my client's hair here is about 3 inches, so a decent amount of hair to work with, but it can be done on shorter regrowths. You'll note that I'm not separating it out with cotton wool or cling film or anything else. It's just simply laid on the hair beneath. Will this press? Will this create blobs or smudging? But no, it will not, providing you get your mixing ratio exact. Weigh out your product, guys. Use the scales. Mix it to exactly a 1 to 1.5 ratio. And this is just a normal blue powder bleach, not a clay lightener, not a freehand product. And you will not get pressing, providing you control your saturation, especially up to the root area. Not too much product for that first inch or so, and then heavier product towards the mid-lengths. And there we have it, job done. all on. Now it's just time to leave it to process. I just wanted to show you throughout the hair that there's no blobs or smudges or anything like that. This is simply just taken to the backwash, rinsed off, and simple toner. One toner throughout, exactly the same. So no clever root shadowing to distort any blobs or smudges that could have been created. And as I said in the intro, this is a really great technique if you don't want a huge amount of lift. If you want that subtle, soft, highlighted feel, but without the aggro of using foil, then this is the perfect technique. If a client comes in for a root tint, you can use this technique to add a little bit of dimension and texture to their hair. It will only take you a few minutes to do a half head technique or a T-bar technique, and sometimes I do it for free. It makes all the difference. The small things make all the difference.
And there we have it. The technique is all done. A great finished result, really simple. Now I know it was on a very, very natural light base, and that is the joy of this, is not to go from level 6 to level 10. It's to just get 2 or 3 levels. It's great for just amplifying something a bit more natural, a bit softer, if that's what your client is looking for. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you think, whether you'd use it, and share this with your friends and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next Sunday for another episode of The Life of Hair.